Welcome back to the Better Lives podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin.
And I'm Michelle.
And today we're tackling something that seems to sneak up on us every year, and that's the holidays. Between gifts, travel, and parties, things can really add up. We're going to be diving in how to plan better and spend smarter so you don't pass out when you see your credit card statement in January.
Happens every year.
Yeah, I find that I spend way too much money around the holidays and I don't plan it, and I spend a random amount, and by the time it's done, I'm like, oh, I did not want to spend that much. So it's really important to discuss a budget so you have that plan. Studies show the average family spends over $1,000 just on presents. That's not including travel, decorations, food, outfits, that holiday party your work hosts that you really need to buy a new outfit for.
Yep.
And a lot of that spending happens on credit cards. And that is expensive with the interest if you're not paying it off immediately. And I know for me, if I spend $1,000 on presents, I'm not going to pay that off before the statement ends. So,
no. Yeah, it's something you pay off the rest of the year.
Exactly, maybe even into the next year. So we'll talk about how to set a holiday budget. So there's 3 steps to this. You're going to figure out what you can afford to spend, list your expenses, and then allocate that money to each expense. A tip for this is look at last year's bank statement and credit card statements to see what you actually spent, and you can build your budget based off of that. And in future years, you could consider creating a holiday sinking fund. So let's say you set aside $100 a month. You'll have $1,200 by Christmas to spend. That way you're not using credit cards at all.
That'd be awesome, because it's so easy for you to not even think about it and see something and you'll be like, oh, that's a great gift, and take out the credit card and not even realize how much you're spending. But if you have everything pre-planned, then at least you know that you have a budget. You have extra cash that you've saved up or that you've planned for, and it makes it a little less stressful during the holidays.
Yeah, totally. Something I've been doing this year is whenever I go shopping to Ross or TJ Maxx or something, they usually have toys on clearance, and I have young kids, so I'll just pick something up and store it in the closet. That way I'm not doing all the shopping at once.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I started this year in September during Labor Day.
That's
the
pretty
Labor
good, though.
Day
That's
sales. Good. I was like, I need to start thinking, because I know I will not be able to afford everything during Christmas. During December, money's already tight as it is this year. And so
I think for everybody it is this year.
Yeah.
And you have older kids, and when I was a teenager, I didn't want toys. I wanted iPhones. So yes. I'm sure it's even more expensive for you.
Yes. They want video games that start at $60, which is crazy to me.
That is crazy. They weren't always that expensive.
No, I don't remember them ever being starting price. And they go up from there. And then they have like all these add-ons that you can purchase, and it's just crazy. But yeah, so if you start early, or if you think about it throughout the year and you just stuff it in a closet, you'll have a nice cushion of presents in December, which makes it a little bit easier.
Totally. And don't compare your holiday budget to somebody else's. I mean, if you ask on Facebook what people are planning on spending on Christmas, you're going to get so many different answers. And some of them will be huge amounts, but you don't have to spend that much. And you can have a perfectly good holiday season on a budget.
Yes.
And you should have a budget. A budget is just a plan to spend your money. It doesn't mean you can't afford things.
Yeah,
right?
Totally. Not a negative.
Yeah, it's a plan.
And totally stay off social media and comparing, because everybody's talking about what they're buying or the new decorations that are at Home Goods, and you don't have to buy new decorations every year.
No, something I've been doing with my family, it's kind of fun, is I have my decorations, and then each year I'll buy one new thing to add to the collection. And so as years go by, I'll end up with a good amount of stuff, but it all means something to me. It's not just random stuff I got at Home Goods or Target.
Yes, it's a memory that you're and a tradition that you're building, which is awesome.
You can also shop smartly, so you can save while you spend. Do that by shopping with a list. Something I've been doing is utilizing Walmart delivery, and I'll do this for Thanksgiving and Christmas as well, but I make a grocery list in that app, and it comes to my house, and then I can avoid walking through the store and picking up all the random things I don't really need. I've also been using cashback apps, so Ibotta is a good one. You can put your receipt in there, and you'll get some cash back for the things you already bought. That way you're not having to buy extra things just to get money back. You can get money back for what you already have, which is super awesome.
That's actually a really great tip, because people often think, oh, I can just run to the store and get something myself. I don't have to be a part of Instacart or whatever, and I don't have to tip the driver, and it'll save me money. But you always get caught on those things that you didn't plan for, those things that you see last minute. I don't know what they call them, but those
impulse purchases.
Purchases, yes. And I always get caught on those. You think, oh, it's just a little pack of gum, but those little purchases that you didn't plan for add up. So I think that's a great way to stay on task and stay on budget, is to utilize those apps.
And then when you are wanting to give gifts to people, you don't have to always give material things or expensive things. Give experiences, not things. So in my family, we try to cut down on how many toys we do have in our house. And so I will put on my kids' Christmas lists, an aquarium membership or a zoo membership. And that can be pretty affordable. And if you go even once a month, it really pays for itself. And it ends up being cheaper and just better with less clutter.
Yeah, I do think that's a great, especially with little kids. They love those things. And yeah, you're creating memories and fun times, and toys get forgotten.
Yeah, I swear I buy my kids a present and they'll play with it for maybe a day, and then it gets tossed on the shelf until, I throw it away or whatever it is.
Or worse yet, they play with the box.
Always the box. Oh, I got her a gift and she liked the tissue paper more than the present. And I'm like, come on. But that's okay.
Pretty typical.
Homemade gifts are also awesome. If you have young kids, you could make gifts out of their handprints or their footprints. But even if you don't, baking cookies, or if you are into crocheting or knitting, making somebody a homemade blanket is super special. I really always value homemade gifts over things someone bought at the store. I'm pretty sentimental, but that's a great option to save some money.
It's time and thoughtfulness in things that you can't buy in a store.
And if you are wanting to purchase a bigger ticket item, do a group gift. So something our family does every holiday is, instead of getting gifts for each person, we'll do a white elephant-esque event. We'll each purchase one gift and we'll just rotate it and see what you end up with. And you can get some really cool stuff, and you only have to buy one present. So that's a good option for big families.
Yeah, and I know some families that will pick names out of a hat. So you don't have to buy for all 15 of your family members. You can you focus the one special gift on one person. But everybody gets something because you picked a name out of a hat, which is awesome.
It's just so expensive to buy for everybody. So that is very true. Well, thank you all for joining us today. The holidays can be a stressful time, and for most people, it already is. So by planning for it, you can take away at least a little bit of that stress. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Central WCU, and check out our podcast page on our website. You can send in any feedback you might have or episode requests, and join us next time so we can keep building better lives together. Thank you.
Thanks.
The information provided here is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any financial decisions.